This project almost ruined me. I was so mad. Hey, my name is Clara. Welcome back to No Can Do. I am still new to furniture flipping. I've been doing this for about 6 months. But I believe you don't know what you can do until you try. So one day I just tried and I haven't stopped trying yet. If you want to see what I did, what I learned, what I messed up, and how much money it all cost, just keep watching. Here's a TV stand or cabinet that I got off Facebook Marketplace for $10. It had rolling wheels on it and the wood was pretty orangey, yellowy, and to me just looked pretty outdated. So I wanted to see if I could give it a modern twist, make it cute, and make it something that would fit into a more modern home. I started by cleaning it up with Dawn dish soap and some water and a sponge, and just went through and got off all of the dirt and grime, and I think I used a little bit too much water, but I was just really trying to get it clean. I haven't tried a TSB cleaning solution yet, but I've heard really good things and I just got one in the mail, so I will try that next time. Propped it up on my workbench with that cushion. If you watch my $100 challenge video, you'll know where that cushion came from. And I removed the wheels and the hinges from the doors. Next up, it was time to choose a paint color. I had 3 to choose from: green, burgundy, or rusty nail. Guess down below what you think I chose, just based off of your intuition. My outfit that I was wearing today gives you a hint. There was some cracks on the front of the doors, so I just filled that all in with a bit of Dixie Mud from Dixie Belle Paint Company. And I didn't totally love it. It was easier to work with than wood fill or Bondo, but it wasn't as strong. So I think maybe I shouldn't have used a power sander when I was going over it. When I just used a smaller hand sander, it seemed a little bit better because it was just kind of tearing through it. Once I was finished making my repairs and filling in holes, I went ahead and put some Dixie Belle Rusty Nail into my Wagner Flexio 3000 paint sprayer. I added just a tiny bit of water to make it sprayable, and then I did a first coat. And after I did this first coat, I just realized that it was not thick enough, and the way that the wood grain was, I just thought that it would be popping through. So I decided that it wouldn't be worth it to try and do like the amount of paint that I would need for full coverage. I think I would need to do like 6 or more coats. It didn't seem worth it. So I decided that even though I'd finished my first coat, I needed to prime. It is so annoying to decide that after you're done, but sometimes it happens. So I was already a little frustrated, but the frustration had barely begun. I grabbed some Kills primer, and because it's water-based, I used it in my sprayer. Yes, I know about shellac primers and oil-based primers. I've used them before and they work great, but I figured this stain wasn't gonna pop through, so I thought a water-based primer would be fine. But I was having a problem with my sprayer, unfortunately. What happens with this sprayer is you can see that the motor on it is kind of in the same area as the sprayer nozzle. And so what happens is it was a hot day and the motor was getting really hot. So the motor was kind of heating up the spray nozzle and causing the paint or the primer in there to congeal and get hot and clog and get kind of cakey. So I went in with a brush instead and painted on my next layer of primer, which was much thicker. I think I'm going to contact Wagner to see what they think about that sprayer doing that. I do know that they have some other models where the motor is a separate piece and is connected with a hose or a tube or something like that. I was frustrated, but I just kept on finding ways to make it all work. I let the primer dry all afternoon and I went through and sanded the whole piece, but the primer was just still like a little bit sticky. So I probably just should have stopped and waited 24 or 48 hours before painting, but I was feeling impatient and I just started painting. After the first coat of paint, it looked completely terrible, and it took all I had in me to not just give up then and there and just take this straight to the dump. I know you're not supposed to judge a piece after just the first coat of paint. I know you need to do some thin coats of paint and just get good coverage, but I think I was just already really frustrated with the project in general. And I really had this pressure on myself to get it done so that I could have it out as a video. Mind you, this was several weeks ago and I definitely did not get the video out right after I finished it. I also got paint all over my legs and all over my spray tent, but hey, it's water-based. I decided I wanted to try a faux cane look for the back, and I got some burlap that's like faux burlap. I think that they called it poly burlap or something like that, but basically it's synthetic. And I really like the color of it. It kind of to me looks like in between cane and burlap, and I just did a little whitewash with some chalk paint and I really liked the way it turned out. I added some Waddell legs. I got these from Menards, but you can also get them from Lowe's or on Amazon. As always, I'll link everything I used down in the description. And I decided to use angled plates so that they would kind of stick out and give it a little bit more of a mid-century modern look. If you saw my video from the $100 challenge, you will know about these half circle rounds that I got. I had a couple left over after that challenge, so I decided to put them on the doors of this piece. I had just been feeling a little bit like the rusty nail color was really gorgeous, but having a fully monochrome piece just didn't really make sense to me. So I wanted to have a little bit of a natural wood look to also go with the faux cane and also go with the wood legs. Time for finishing touches. I'm putting in some metallic bronze paint from Modern Masters here. And y'all, I just got artist brushes from the Dollar Tree. They had like 5 or 6 of them for $1, and they are actually better quality than any of the artist brushes I've gotten at a hardware store. So now I'm going over the whole piece with wax and my new wax brush from Annie Sloan. And I'm just doing some finishing touches, putting everything back together and getting ready to stage it in my house. I am going to be keeping this piece for myself in my apartment. So usually I would use wood glue and clamps to attach something like this, but I was doing it in my apartment, not at my workspace, so I didn't have those with me. But also because I'm keeping this for myself, I know that if the wood comes off of the doors, I can fix it anytime I need. Also though, the Gorilla Glue hot glue is extremely durable, and I put on a bunch of books to let it set. Okay, well now I'm going to show you how it turned out, but course, before I show you that, I'm gonna ask you to please subscribe down below. I can't believe we've already gotten over 3,000 subscribers. I really want to thank you for supporting me, mistakes and all. I'm happy to share my mistakes with you so that you can learn from them too. As a reminder, this is the piece I started off with. It was dirty, it was yellowy, orangey, and did not look modern. And here is the beautiful piece that I've ended up with using the color Rusty Nail from Dixie Belle Paint Company and some other creative touches. It's kind of hard to see the faux cane, the synthetic burlap in the back, but it is there. It's just the shadow from the time of day. And I really love the way that this looks in my apartment. As promised, here are the numbers. I spent $10 on this TV stand, $7 on primer, $20 on the paint, $23 on the legs and the leg plates, $5 on the faux burlap, and $5 on other materials for a total of $70. I'm going to keep this for my apartment. I think this is the last piece I needed to really round out the furniture in my apartment, and I think I'm going to use it to store cookbooks. What do you think of this piece? Let me know down in the comments, and I will see you at the next flip.